In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 college football games happening on January 3rd, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. North Texas versus Texas State. The North Texas Mean Green will be aiming for their 2nd consecutive victory when they face off against the Texas State Bobcats in the SERVPRO First Responder Bowl on Friday afternoon. The highly anticipated game is set to take place at Gerald J. Ford Stadium. Both teams are looking to build on their recent performances and finish the season on a strong note. This matchup marks the first ever meeting between these 2 programs, adding a layer of intrigue to the contest. North Texas is coming off a hard-fought 24-17 victory over Temple, where they were favored by 11.5 points. The Bobcats, on the other hand, entered this game with momentum after a thrilling 45-38 win over South Alabama, where they were favored by just 2.5 points. Both teams will be eager to continue their winning ways, with the Mean Green looking to extend their winning streak and the Bobcats hoping to capitalize on their recent success. The Mean Green got off to an impressive start this season with a 5-1 record. Their only loss during this stretch came at the hands of Texas Tech, who dominated North Texas 66-21 on September 14th. Following that defeat, the Mean Green would go on to suffer additional losses to Memphis, Tulane, Army, UTSA, and East Carolina. However, they managed to bounce back with a win over Temple on November 30th, which was crucial in securing a bowl game appearance. In the win over Temple, North Texas was able to put together an effective first-half performance, scoring all of their points before halftime. Fortunately for the Mean Green, they had built up enough of a lead by then to hold off a second-half rally by Temple, ultimately securing a 24-17 victory. On the other side, the Texas State Bobcats faced their own challenges early in the season, managing to post a 4-4 record through their first 8 games. During that stretch, their losses came against Arizona State, Sam Houston, Old Dominion, and Louisiana. However, Texas State found their rhythm in the latter half of the season, going on a 3-1 run with wins over Los Angeles Monroe, Southern Miss, and South Alabama. In their most recent game against South Alabama on November 29th, the Bobcats put together a strong offensive showing, posting double-digit points in 3 out of 4 quarters en route to a hard-fought 45-38 victory. In that game against South Alabama, the Bobcats were involved in a high-scoring affair, but showed resilience as their defense stepped up in the latter stages of the game. Texas State finished the game with an impressive 530 total yards of offense, including 282 yards rushing, and converted 10 of their 17 third-down attempts. Their offensive output was certainly a highlight, but it's worth noting that Texas State's defense has been vulnerable at times, as evidenced by the 90 points they've allowed over their last 2 games. Nevertheless, the Bobcats have shown the ability to put up points in bunches, having scored 38 or more points in 4 straight games. North Texas also relied heavily on their running game in their win over Temple, racking up 253 yards on the ground. This rushing attack was key to controlling the tempo of the game, especially in the scoreless second half. However, North Texas has struggled defensively in recent weeks, allowing 37 or more points in 5 of their last 7 games. While they managed to secure a win against Temple, the Mean Green's defense will need to step up if they hope to compete with the high-scoring Bobcats. Heading into this matchup, the Bobcats have won 3 of their last 4 games, while the Mean Green have struggled with 5 losses in their last 6 contests. Texas State has the edge in terms of offensive firepower, thanks to their well-rounded attack. Their ground game ranks among the top 20 in the country, and their passing game is nearly as effective. North Texas, however, has had trouble stopping opponents offensively, which gives Texas State a significant advantage going into this game. North Texas, on the other hand, will likely face difficulties on offense. While they boast the 5th-ranked passing offense in the nation, they are up against one of the best pass defenses in the country in Texas State. The Bobcats have been able to limit opposing teams' passing attacks and have also been strong against the run. This could spell trouble for North Texas, as they may struggle to move the ball effectively. To make matters worse for North Texas, they will be without their starting quarterback Chandler Morris, and backup quarterback Drew Mestamaker will be taking the reins. Additionally, the Mean Green will also be without their top wide receiver this season, D.T. Sheffield, who had contributed 11 of their 31 touchdown receptions. This further hampers North Texas' offensive options and could make it even more challenging for them to generate consistent production. Even if Texas State focuses on limiting the snaps of senior quarterback Jordan McLeod, he still figures to play a significant role in the outcome of this game. Furthermore, North Texas has a poor track record in bowl games, having lost their last 6 straight. The team barely qualified for a bowl appearance, making them an underdog in this matchup. All things considered, the Texas State Bobcats to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Given that one team is without its starting quarterback and the other will see a significant reduction in snaps for its starting quarterback, it is difficult to imagine much offensive production in this contest. On top of that, North Texas is missing its leading wide receiver, while Texas State will be without its top running back. Losing these key offensive contributors makes it even harder for both teams to sustain drives and put up points consistently. Given these circumstances, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota versus Virginia Tech. The Minnesota Golden Gophers are set to face off against the Virginia Tech Hokies this upcoming Friday in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. The game will take place at the Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, with kickoff scheduled to bring the two teams together for an exciting matchup. Minnesota enters the game with a 7-5 record overall after defeating Wisconsin 24-7 in their regular season finale. The Golden Gophers had a strong first half, leading 14-0 at the break and maintaining control throughout the game. They outgained Wisconsin by an impressive margin, totaling 374 yards to Wisconsin's 166, and managed to keep turnovers at 0. Additionally, they were successful on 7 out of 15 third down attempts. Throughout the season, Minnesota secured victories over teams such as Rhode Island, Nevada, USC, UCLA, Maryland, and Illinois, but also faced tough losses to North Carolina, Iowa, Michigan, Rutgers, and Penn State. Virginia Tech, on the other hand, finished their regular season with a 6-6 record and wrapped up their campaign with a 37-17 victory over Virginia. The Hokies dominated in the first half, leading 20-3 at halftime, and maintained that lead to secure the win. Virginia Tech outgained Virginia by 456-274 yards, won the turnover battle 2-0, and went 6-13 on third down conversions. Throughout the season, Virginia Tech also defeated teams like Marshall, Old Dominion, Stanford, Boston College, and Georgia Tech, but suffered losses against Vanderbilt, Rutgers, Miami, Syracuse, Clemson, and Duke. As the bowl season comes to a close, all eyes are on the Duke's Mayo Bowl in Charlotte, North Carolina, where the Minnesota Golden Gophers will take on the Virginia Tech Hokies. Minnesota, while finishing mid-tier in the Big Ten, has had a solid season. They faced tough losses against ranked teams like Penn State and Michigan, but managed a significant victory against a then-17 Illinois team on the road. For Virginia Tech, the season has been a story of missed opportunities. After a season-opening loss to Vanderbilt, they were robbed of a victory by an unfortunate Hail Mary loss to Miami, and the season ended with several injuries and losses to Syracuse, Clemson, and Duke. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This game is likely to be influenced heavily by injuries and player opt-outs. Minnesota has a few players missing, but Virginia Tech's roster is in much worse shape, with more than a dozen key starters absent due to injury, opting out, or entering the transfer portal. At the forefront of this list is quarterback Kyron Drones, whose status remains uncertain, but all indications in December pointed to him being unavailable for this game. The Golden Gophers, in contrast, are mostly healthy aside from a couple of missing players in the trenches. Minnesota enters this matchup with momentum, coming off a solid victory over Wisconsin and an almost upset against Penn State. Meanwhile, Virginia Tech is facing several challenges with a depleted roster and key players unavailable. As a result, I believe the Hokies will struggle to move the ball effectively, especially against a strong Minnesota defense. The Gophers have been solid on that side of the ball throughout the season, while quarterback Brosmer and running back Taylor have carried the offense efficiently. Virginia Tech's numerous opt-outs leave them severely shorthanded, and they will face significant difficulties in this matchup. The Gophers' defense, often underappreciated, is likely to step up in a big way once again. Minnesota should get an excellent performance from Brosmer, who will help lead the offense and control the game. On offense, Minnesota has been one of the best passing teams in college football this season. Additionally, they've been efficient in the red zone, consistently coming away with touchdowns when inside the opponent's 20-yard line. Meanwhile, Virginia Tech has struggled with maintaining long drives and staying on the field. The Hokies have relied heavily on their ground game, but if they fall behind early, they may be forced to lean on their struggling passing attack, which could put them at a disadvantage. Virginia Tech is simply outmatched in this game. With Minnesota's balanced offensive attack and dominance at the line of scrimmage, they are well positioned to secure a win and cover the spread. The Golden Gophers' ability to control both sides of the ball should be too much for the Hokies to handle. Minnesota has been one of the top teams in terms of time of possession this season, averaging nearly 31 minutes per game, which ranks 40th nationally in Football Bowl subdivision. This should allow them to control the clock with their powerful ground game. However, I do not expect a high-scoring game, as Virginia Tech's defense is solid against the run, ranking 5th in opponent red zone scoring. The Golden Gophers will likely take a comfortable lead, but as the game progresses, they may ease off the throttle with the victory already secured. Virginia Tech's offense, dealing with missing pieces, will struggle to keep up, especially with quarterback Watson's inability to keep pace with Minnesota in a lower possession game. Virginia Tech's focus on the run game will be tested by Minnesota's strong defense, particularly against the run. The Hokies have also been efficient inside the red zone, but they may find themselves forced into field goal attempts more often than they would like, while Minnesota's defense will force the Hokies into many third and long situations. Both teams' defensive strengths should stifle the offensive game plans, leading to a game that falls under the projected total. For this reason, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.